Fingers crossed, clean around of jumping. Should get off the mark over hurdles.
The first race is the purchase by 3 p.m. today to win a BMW.ie Mares Maiden Hurdle over 2 miles and 9 flights. And it's the short price favourite, Amen Kate, who takes them out over the first, followed by Hollybrook. On the outside is Porty's Wings. They're followed by Rainbow Connection with the last two, You Don't Need to Know, and Golden Order. Good run to flight number 2, Amen Kate. Leads a length, Hollybrook, length and a half back to Porty's Wings in third, with 2 lengths to Rainbow Connection. Golden Order swaps position with You Don't Need to Know. Heading down into the dip the first time, Amen Kate and Sam Ewing lead. The long absent Hollybrook and Jack Kennedy in second. Third is Porty's Wings and Sean Flanagan. And then Rainbow Connection, Danny Gilligan. Golden Order, Owen Walsh, You Don't Need to Know, and Danny Mullins. Approaching flight number 2 before the straight. Amen Kate the leader. From Hollybrook, Rainbow Connection edges into third from Porty's Wings. And then Golden Order, and 3 lengths back to You Don't Need to Know. Mile and a half to go as they turn in for flight number 3, the flight that will be the last one next time. It's Amen Kate at the third from Hollybrook, Rainbow Connection, Porty's Wings, Golden Order, You Don't Need to Know. Heading up to the winning post with the circuit in front of them. The next flight will be the 4th. Amen Kate has stretched her lead to 3 lengths over Hollybrook. 3 parts of a length back to Porty's Wings, who's regained third from Rainbow Connection. 5 lengths to Golden Order, with 6th of the 6, You Don't Need to Know. Over the 4th, the flight just outside the halfway stage. And the field is getting spaced out. Amen Kate with picking up second, Porty's Wings from Hollybrook. At the back of those 3, Rainbow Connection, with the last 2, Golden Order, You Don't Need to Know. They've passed halfway. Going to the second flight away from the stands. This is 5 from the finish. And it's Amen Kate, who's made it all up to this point. Porty's Wings a definite second. From Hollybrook, in touch is Rainbow Connection. They've less than 7 furlongs to go as they jump that 4th last flight. Amen Kate, from a closing up Porty's Wings, 2.5 lengths to Hollybrook, and then Rainbow Connection as they return to the point at which they started. 6 furlongs to go and 3 flights left to jump. Amen Kate by a length and a half to Porty's Wings, then Hollybrook and Rainbow Connection as they complete their jumping up the back straight. The purchase by 3 p.m. today to win a BMW.ie Mares Maiden Hurdle. Amen Kate, keeping out from the rail is Porty's Wings. Hollybrook joined for third by Rainbow Connection as they turn downhill towards the second last. It's Amen Kate by a length to Porty's Wings. Good 3 lengths back to Hollybrook, shading third from Rainbow Connection. Continuing down towards the second last, Amen Kate, Porty's Wings, the leading pair. Less than a length between them, being followed by Rainbow Connection and Hollybrook. They're together 3rd and 4th. Continuing towards the second last, Amen Kate, Porty's Wings, improving as Rainbow Connection on the inside of Hollybrook as they approach the second last. Amen Kate from Rainbow Connection, who's now within 3 parts of a length. In third, a few lengths behind, is Hollybrook. Fading out of contention is Porty's Wings. In for the final flight, and it's Amen Kate and Sam Ewing with the advantage at the last. Amen Kate over, hitting it quite hard in second, Rainbow Connection, but was beaten anyway. And then Hollybrook, and up the hill and south the final 150 yards. It is Amen Kate and Sam Ewing making all for Tom Cooper and the purchase by 3 p.m. today to win a BMW.ie Mares Maiden Hurdle. Second is Rainbow Connection, Hollybrook third.
Well, she'll know she's had a race, Amen Kate, but she's won very easily. Sam Ewing up for Thomas Cooper. For Kieran, John Mooney and John Francis Ryan. Well done to winning connections. Amen Kate.
And rated 129 after those 3 runs over hurdles, but Henry de Bromhead bidding for a quick fire double. Let's get up to Jerry.
The Irish Stallion Farms EBF Beginner's Chase, 2-6 the trip. 14 fences to jump. It's Oscar's brother, O'Moore Park, followed by Road to Home, Winsome Loosome in between horses. It's Good and Kind. To the inside is Z-Band, and then the Town I Love So Well, fence 1. Oscar's Brother in O'Moore Park, followed by Road to Home, Good and Kind, Z-Band, Winsome Lewsome, the Town I Love So Well, and Sense the Tension. Turning away from the stands to fence number 2, opening up an advantage of 2 lengths. Oscar's Brother, O'Moore Park, second. Road to Home, third. Contesting the 4th, Z-Band and Good and Kind, and then Sense the Tension. O'Moore Park just got in under that one. Handed an additional few lengths to Oscar's Brother, going to fence number 3. Oscar's Brother now by over 5 lengths to O'Moore Park. Third is each stable companion Road to Home. Then Good and Kind, Z-Band, Sense the Tension, the Town I Love So Well, Winsome Lewsome, and then Kamikaze Duplessis, Hello Jag, and Great Universe. Going towards the ditch, one of 2 ditches in the race. Oscar's Brother, O'Moore Park, Road to Home, took it carefully in third. Slight mistake by Kamikaze Duplessis. Last fence up the far side on this their first circuit. Oscar's Brother makes the bend, followed by O'Moore Park, Road to Home, Good and Kind, Z-Band, Winsome Lewsome, and Sense the Tension, the Town I Love So Well, Kamikaze Duplessis, and then Hello Jack and Great Universe. They continue well spaced out on the descent to the 2 fences in the dip, 6 and 7. Oscar's Brother with a reduced lead over O'Moore Park. Third is Road to Home. A clear running 4th is Good and Kind, and then Z-Band. Over the 6th and on to the 7th. Final fence on the circuit coming up. Oscar's Brother, all the while, coming back to stable companions O'Moore Park and Road to Home. And then Good and Kind, Z-Band, Sense the Tension, Winsome Lewsome, Kamikaze Duplessis, the Town I Love So Well, and then Hello Jack and Great Universe. Little or no changes as they complete a circuit. Another 7 fences left to jump as they head for the halfway stage, the EBF Beginner's Chase. Oscar's Brother, Daniel King, by a couple of lengths to O'Moore Park and Paul Townend. Third is Road to Home and Brian Hayes. 4th is Good and Kind and Mike O'Connor, and then Z-Band. Jack Gilligan, Sense the Tension, Winsome Lewsome, Kamikaze Duplessis, the Town I Love So Well, 4 to 5 lengths to the last 2, Hello Jack and Great Universe. The fence which was their first, and down there the Town I Love So Well. Horses away, and rising now is Hattie Sexton. Heading to the final mile, 6 more fences left to jump. Oscar's Brother re-establishes the lead once again of 4 to 5 lengths over O'Moore Park, then Road to Home. Good and Kind, and then Z-Band, Sense the Tension, Winsome Lewsome, Kamikaze Duplessis, Great Universe relegates a struggling Hello Jack to be the back marker. Just over 7 furlongs to go. 5 more fences to jump, and enjoying a sizable advantage of at least 6 lengths is Oscar's Brother. And second is O'Moore Park, where he's been from the outset. Then Road to Home. Good and Kind, Z-Band, Kamikaze Duplessis caught the top of that, did well to survive. And then Winsome Lewsome, Sense the Tension. The last ditch, 4 fences from the finish. Oscar's Brother into it. From O'Moore Park, Road to Home, Good and Kind. And then Winsome Lewsome, Kamikaze Duplessis, and Z-Band in between those 2. That was the 3rd last fence, and Z-Band has fallen there. 5 furlongs to go. 2 more fences left to jump. Oscar's Brother. O'Moore Park, 7 lengths back second. 3rd Road to Home, still not a single change in the first 3. And then Good and Kind, Kamikaze Duplessis, and Winsome Lewsome coming towards the 2nd last. It's Oscar's Brother, nicely clear still from O'Moore Park, nudged along to close the gap, and then Road to Home over the 2nd last. And to the final fence, it's Oscar's Brother by 4 lengths and didn't jump the last grade, and No More Park has momentum now. Followed then by Road to Home, 5 lengths to Good and Kind, Winsome Loosome and Kamikaze du Plessis running round the home turn. Oscar's Brother by 3 lengths to No More Park. Third is Road to Home, then Good and Kind, and Winsome Loosome plugs on into the straight. They come for the final furlong and a half. Oscar's Brother brought over this way by Daniel King, and the centres are Moore Park and Paul Townend. Gone away from Road to Home, Good and Kind, Winsome Loosome. Oscar's Brother all out from Moore Park as they run up towards the finish. It's Oscar's Brother holding off Moore Park as Oscar's Brother wins his 3rd outing over fences for the Kings. Second Moore Park, and Winsome Loosome stayed on late to take 3rd.
Second in 2 prior chases. It looked like a bad mistake on one of his final fences. Could have put pay to Oscar's Brother's chances in the lead, but he's strode on again, 13.
And shouldn't be too much longer.
White flag raised, away they go. Over 2 3/4 miles. The Brasserie on the corner handicap chase. He's Dynamite, Vorial, followed by Carlos Big Jim and Corner of a Monday, Tell Nobody Nothing. And the Greys, Oscar Claremont, Stormy Judge, then Baldur's Gate. Big Brave Boy being followed to the first fence, the first of 14 by Low Style. And then Dream in the Park, safely over the first. Detached is Lottie Dottie. Turning away to fence number 2. He's Dynamite. Makes the bend in company with Vorial, and then Corner of a Monday up into 3rd, then Carlos Big Jim and Oscar Claremont, Stormy Judge, Tell Nobody Nothing, Big Brave Boy and Low Style, Dream in the Park, Baldur's Gate and Eddie's Pride, and Shantou Show. Low Style yet to warm to the jumping task, is now shuffled back towards rear division as Vorial has headed. He's Dynamite approaching the 3rd fence, leads by over 2 lengths. 3rd is Corner of a Monday, break of 4 to Oscar Claremont. Carter's Big Jim, Big Brave Boys improved on the inside, and they're followed by Dream in the Park, Stormy Judge, Tell Nobody Nothing, Small Craft Warning as they go towards the ditch. In the lead is Vorial, over at a stretch from He's Dynamite and Corner of a Monday. As they go to the last fence up the far side, these 3, followed by Oscar Claremont, just backed off that fence. On the inside, Big Brave Boy, and then Carter's Big Jim. And these are being followed by Tell Nobody Nothing. Improving up through the field is Lottie Dottie, and then Stormy Judge, Dream in the Park, Small Craft Warning, Eddie's Pride. Baldur's Gate, Low Style, Shantou Show, to the 2 fences down in the dip 6 and 7. Vorial, just headed by Corner of a Monday, and between them is He's Dynamite. They're covered by 2 1/4 lengths over the 6th and onto the 7th. Final fence next time. Vorial jumps back into the lead from He's Dynamite. Corner of a Monday, Big Brave Boy, Carter's Big Jim, Tell Nobody Nothing, Oscar Claremont, Lottie Dottie, Dream in the Park and Small Craft Warning, and they're followed by Stormy Judge, Eddie's Pride. Struggling on is Low Style, and then Baldur's Gate with a couple of lengths to Shantou Show. Heading back through their starting point, another 7 fences left to jump, the Brasserie and the corner handicap chase. Vorial and Keith Donahue lead by 2 lengths to He's Dynamite, Paddy O'Brien 2nd. On the stand side is Corner of a Monday and Sam Ewing, and then Carter's Big Jim and Daniel King. And then Big Brave Boy, Owen Staples, Tell Nobody Nothing, Dream in the Park, and then comes Oscar Claremont and Slotty Dotty and Small Craft Warning, Eddie's Pride. Shantou Show, Stormy Judge with the last 2. At fence number 8, Low Style and Baldur's Gate. They've gone by halfway. Another 6 fences to go, and it is Vorial turning, leading He's Dynamite and Corner of a Monday. Little has changed up ahead, and then Carter's Big Jim, Tell Nobody Nothing and Oscar Claremont and Big Brave Boy. Then Dream in the Park, Slotty Dotty, Small Craft Warning and Shantou Show and Eddie's Pride. Stormy Judge, Baldur's Gate, Low Style away from that one, and it is Vorial rejoined by He's Dynamite, a break of a little more than a length to corner of a Monday. Then Carla's Big Jim and Oscar Claremont and Slotty Dotty, and they're followed by Tell Nobody Nothing. On the inside, Shantou Show with Dream in the Park and Small Craft Warning, Eddie's Pride. And then Stormy Judge, Low Style, and 2 lengths to Baldur's Gate, who trails the field. Over 5 out, it's Vorial. With a slight mistake by Low Style. Hasn't travelled from the outset. It's Vorial going to the last ditch 4 from the finish. Leads but only just corner of a Monday, and He's Dynamite. Small Craft Warning has improved wide of them, followed by Carla's Big Jim, Slotty Dotty, Oscar Claremont, and Tell Nobody Nothing. The third last fence, He's Dynamite, regains a narrow advantage. Turning at the highest point of the course, He's Dynamite leads from Vorial, Small Craft Warning into third, followed by Carla's Big Jim and corner of a Monday and Slotty Dotty, and they're followed by Stormy Judge and Oscar Claremont. On the inside, Dream in the Park, and then Tell Nobody Nothing. 3 lengths to Big Brave Boy, who falls away, and then Shantou Show and Baldur's Gate. Heading for the second last, He's Dynamite with a new companion now in the shape of Small Craft Warning. Then Vorial, ridden along in third over the second last. Closing his Dream in the Park, final fence. He's Dynamite, Small Craft Warning. Followed round the home turn by Vorial, Dream in the Park, and Carla's Big Jim, and then Tell Nobody Nothing as they race to the final quarter. And it's He's Dynamite moving on by 2 lengths to Small Craft Warning, gone 6 clear of Tell Nobody Nothing, Dream in the Park, and then Carla's Big Jim and corner of a Monday. Racing to the final furlong, and it's He's Dynamite and Paddy O'Brien in the lead from Small Craft Warning and Michael Keneally, who are trying to close over on the far side. The finish concerns these two. Less than 150 yards to go. He's Dynamite has Small Craft Warning's measure. He's Dynamite pulls away in the end to win readily from Small Craft Warning, and Dream in the Park takes third.
He's Dynamite was exactly that. Paddy O'Brien claiming the 5 for Eric McNamara, who has had the summer of all summers. He trained 18 winners last Irish jump season. That is win number 14 for the current campaign. 9-2 joint favourite. Well done to all concerned. Well done to owner John Earls as well.
Over hurdles, yet to win over fences. 9 start, runner up to Boston Rover at Gore, most recent start. Let's go to Jerry.
The third of the 2-6 chases, the Glenman Corporation Handicap. Over the far side is Mill Force, and the centre is Roly Boly Boy. Racing on ahead of Ben Jacks, Ballybourne Belter. The top-weighted Body 1 in 5th, and then Prince Palace, the Dasher Conway. The last 2 approaching the first of 14 fences, My Immortal and Balcolto. Mistake at the first by Ben Jacks, but lots of wood to chop yet. What with 2 3/4 miles to go. As the leader is Roly Boly Boy. Builds up an advantage of over 3 lengths from Mill Force, 4 in front of Body 1, then Ben Jacks, Ballybourne Belter, the Dasher Conway, Prince Palace together, and then Balcolto held up 1 from last, and bringing up the rear is My Immortal. Up the far side they go to the third fence. It's Roly Boly Boy. By less than 3 lengths to Mill Force, disputing the third Body 1 and Ben Jacks, and then the Dasher Conway, Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, Balcolto, and My Immortal. Fence 3 coming up. Roly Boly Boy into it from Mill Force. A little bit sticky Body 1 on the inside of both Ballybourne Belter and Ben Jacks. Onto the ditch. Fence number 4. Second last of the ones up the back straight. Roly Boly Boy from Mill Force. And Body 1 continuing to improve is the Dasher Conway in the yellow cap. Out wide, the nose banded Ben Jacks, then Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, Balcolto, My Immortal. They turn at the top of the track. Good run downhill to fences 6 and 7. It's Roly Boly Boy, Dylan Robinson, by 2.5 lengths to Mill Force and Owen Staples. Just third is Body 1, Jack Gilligan. From Ben Jacks, Shane O'Callaghan on the outside of the Dasher Conway and Paddy O'Brien. And then Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace. My Immortal relegates Balcolto to be the back marker. On to 6 and 7 in the dip. Roly Boly Boy gathered in by Mill Force. And then Body 1, the Dasher Conway and Ben Jacks. Roly Boly Boy didn't get quite high at that 7 fence. Continues to cut out the running from Milforce, the Dasher Conway, Buddy 1, Ben Jackst. And then comes Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, My Immortal, and Balcorta. Heading back to the point at which they started. Another 7 more fences left to jump. The Glenman Corporation Handicap Chase. It is Roly Boly Boy with a narrow advantage over Milforce, the quartered colours, and then the Dasher Conway and Buddy 1, Ben Jack's, Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, My Immortal, and Balcorta. Heading for the halfway stage. The next fence will be number 8 and 7 from home. Roly Boly Boy by a half length to Milforce. 3/4 of a length back to the Dasher Conway, edging third. From Buddy 1 and then Ben Jack's, Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, fence away from us. After Prince Palace, there's 3 lengths to the last 2. My Immortal and Balcorta still held up at the tail end of the field with just over a mile to go and 6 more fences left to jump. Roly Boly Boy rounds the bend, less than a length in front of Milforce. 2.5 lengths back to the Dasher Conway in third, and then Buddy 1, Ben Jack's next. Then Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, Balcorta swaps last with My Immortal. 7.5 furlongs to go, 5 more fences to jump. Roly Boly Boy still puts in a good shift from Milforce. The Dasher Conway close in third. Then Buddy 1, who's never been too far away. Ben Jack's next, and then Ballybourne Belton, Prince Palace, and Balcorta. And the main group have dropped My Immortal. Over the next one, Roly Boly Boy by a little more than a length to Milforce, the Dasher Conway. As they make tracks to the last ditch, 4 fences from the finish. Roly Boly Boy, Milforce, followed by the Dasher Conway, working out to Ben Jackst, and then Buddy 1. As they go to the third last fence, creeping into contention out wide is Balcorta. At 3 out, Roly Boly Boy, untidy from Milforce, the Dasher Conway. Then comes Buddy 1, Ben Jack's, Ballybourne Belter, Prince Palace, Balcorta, My Immortal turning at the top. 2 more fences to jump. Roly Boly Boy with a slender advantage over Milforce, followed by the Dasher Conway, Ben Jack's. Wide of them is Balcorta, heading down towards the second last, and they've really tightened up. Roly Boly Boy rejoined by Milforce. On the outside, Balcorta coming right into it. Then Ben Jack's, the Dasher Conway, Buddy 1, Ballybourne Belter. They come towards the final fence. Milforce, the leader, with coming to challenge Balcorta, and between them is Ben Jack's. We've lost the long-time leader, Roly Boly Boy, at the final fence, and Balcorta has been produced by Michael Keneally to take them on the home turn. From Milforce, followed by Ballybourne Belter and Ben Jackst. Moving on from the Dasher Conway. In they come for the final furlong and a half. It's Balcorta from Milforce. Ballybourne Belter keeps on, and then Ben Jackst and the Dasher Conway wide apart. Balcorta and Milforce, with Ballybourne Belter not out of it. These 3 across the track, 150 yards to go, and on the near side, Ballybourne Belter, the far side, Milforce between them. Balcorta, rousing finish. Milforce, Ballybourne Belter, Balcorta.
Looked like Milforce for Owen Staples, for Gavin Crummell, and the Orphan Girl Syndicate had just got the better of the argument. Cracking run from the front 3. With Ballybourne Belter back in second. And
thus far, Jack Kennedy's going to make plenty of use the way he's lining up. On Jack's Hill, let's get up to Jerry.
Head off over 2.5 miles, the Supermax Novice Hurdle. 12 flights to jump, and early on it's the second favourite, Jack's Hill, leading the favourite, I Saw That, followed by We'll Only Have the One. Huntsgrove in fourth, followed by stable companion Kate Knows Best, now in a bright pink cap. Dropped in at the rear is Villagers Cross. Approaching the first of 12, it's Jack's Hill, the leader from I'll Sort That. Over in third, We'll Only Have the One, followed by Kate Knows Best with the last 2, Huntsgrove and Villagers Cross. They head out on the first of a couple of circuits. It is Jack's Hill and Jack Kennedy leading by 2 lengths. I'll Sort That, Declan Quealy second. Third, We'll Only Have the One, Keith Donoghue. Racing together, Kate Knows Best, Michael Keneally. Huntsgrove, tad slowed there, Daniel King. And trading the field is Villagers Cross. Danny Gilligan deputising for his brother Jack on this one. Away they go from that flight. Magic's Hill. By a couple of lengths, 2 I'll Sort That. Third we'll only have the 1. And then Hunts Grove, Kate Knows Best, Villagers Cross. Reaching their final 2 miles. And going to the third and last flight in the back straight. It's Magic's Hill leading I'll Sort That. We'll only have the 1. And then Hunts Grove, Kate Knows Best. Getting reminders, Hunts Grove, to keep concentrated. Villagers Cross is 6th of the 6th. They turn at the top of the course. There's been very little change in the order. Magic's Hill by less than 2 lengths. 2 I'll Sort That. Third is we'll only have the 1. Then Hunts Grove, Kate Knows Best, Villagers Cross. They head down into the dip to the flight before the straight, which will be number 5. And it's Magic's Hill. Jack Kennedy maintaining a 1.5 lead over I'll Sort That, Declan Quayle. Third, something similar back. We'll only have the 1, Keith Donoghue, and then Hunts Grove, Daniel King, Kate Knows Best, Michael Keneally, Villagers Cross, Danny Gilling. On to the flight before the straight, number 5, Magic's Hill, jumped it well. Second, I'll Sort That. Third, we'll only have the 1. 3.5 lengths to Kate Knows Best and Hunts Grove. And last of all is Villagers Cross. In they come for the flight. At the completion of a circuit, it'll be the last one next time, the Supermax Novas. Magic's Hill, I'll Sort That, we'll only have the 1. Followed by Kate Knows Best, Hunts Grove and Villagers Cross. They head out on their second and final circuit with 6 flights left to jump as they pass the halfway stage. Magic's Hill in front from the start, tracked closely by I'll Sort That. Still Keen. Third will only have the 1. Comfortable odds on winner here last time. And then Kate Knows Best, Hunts Grove and Villagers Cross. 5 more hurdles to jump. Just over a mile to go. Magic's Hill, I'll Sort That. We'll only have the 1, continuing in the first 3 positions. And then Kate Knows Best, Hunts Grove, and 3 lengths back to Villagers Cross. Second flight away from the stands, 5 from the finish. Magic's Hill by less than 2 lengths to I'll Sort That. Third, we'll only have the 1. Still very much in touch. Kate Knows Best, Hunts Grove and Villagers Cross. Scrappy at the back. Just over 6 furlongs to go. Magic's Hill leads the way from I'll Sort That. We'll only have the 1. Kate Knows Best, Hunts Grove, Villagers Cross. At the third last flight, Magic's Hill put down there. I'll Sort That moves to the outside, followed by we'll only have the 1. Kate Knows Best, Hunts Grove, and a couple of lengths to Villagers Cross. Inside the final 5 furlongs, 2 hurdles to jump. The Supermax Novas. Magic's Hill by a little more than a length to I'll Sort That. Close in third, we'll only have the 1. Right in behind them, Kate Knows Best and Hunts Grove and 3 lengths to Villagers Cross, who's always been the back marker. 3 furlongs to go and 2 flights to jump. Magic's Hill joined by both I'll Sort That and we'll only have the 1. In 4th place is Kate Knows Best, gone away from the other pair who are struggling. Magic's Hill, I'll Sort That, we'll only have the 1. Not much between the 3. A stumble on landing by Kate Knows Best. Round the bend for the final flight. Magic's Hill from I'll Sort That coming round them as we'll only have the 1. They face the final flight. The Supermax Novice will only have the 1. As toppled over. We'll only have the 1 down. Leaving in front I'll Sort That from Magic's Hill. In third is Kate Knows Best. And into the closing stages it is I'll Sort That. It was in the balance whether he would have won or not. But that is the way it's finished. I'll Sort That, Magic's Hill. Third, Kate Knows Best, and Hunts Grove, Villagers Cross. Looking down to the final flight, Keith Donoghue has walked away fine.
Yeah, a real case of what could have been. We'll only have the 1.
Run of the season, he will come on from it. Still a little bit to work on, but say smart bumper horse last season.
Over 2 miles, 5 furlongs, the Glenlow Abbey Hotel and Estate maiden hurdle. He can't dance, and on the inside, Dr. Steinberg. They come round the bend for the first flight, followed by Frankie John. Loire de Jour next, as they link up with the first. all safely over. Dr. Steinberg and He Can't Dance, being followed by Frankie John, Loire de Jeu, and on the inside, Unstable Companion, Humble Brag. Gisco de Brem next, and then Listen to Me, Will Ya, and Mickey Hooley. They're the last two. Two circles in front of them. They're heading for the second flight. He Can't Dance edges ahead from Dr. Steinberg. Next grey is Frankie John. The Loire de Jeu jumped off to the left. On the inside is Humble Brag. Then Gisco de Brem, Mickey Hooley, Listen to Me, Will Ya, at the back of the field. Turning away to flight number 3, He Can't Dance, Jack Kennedy, with a narrow advantage of a neck to a half length over Dr. Steinberg and Paul Townend. 3 lengths behind them in third is Frankie John and Daniel King. Clear going fourth is Humble Brag and Philip Burns. And then Loire de Jeu, Gisco de Brem, Listen to Me, Will Ya, and Mickey Hooley, nicely spaced out with just over 2 miles to go. He Can't Dance shifts on by a length and a half to Dr. Steinberg. Third is Frankie John, then Humble Brag. Racing together Gisco de Brem and Loire de Jeu. With the last two, Listen to Me, Will Ya, and Mickey Hooley. They've just completed their jumping up the far side. A good run downhill to the flight before the straight. He Can't Dance. Dr. Steinberg within a length, another length, who are closing up Frankie John. And then Humble Brag, Gisco de Brem, Loire de Jeu. And then Listen to Me, Will Ya, and Mickey Hooley. Heading downhill to the flight on the turn into the straight. The Glenlow Abbey Hotel and Estate maiden hurdle. He Can't Dance, followed by Dr. Steinberg. Sitting 2 lengths off them in third is Frankie John, 4 lengths to Humble Brag, and then Gisco de Brem, Loire de Jeu, Listen to Me, Will Ya, and lastly Mickey Hooley. The flight a mile and a half from the finish. Quite sloppy there, Dr. Steinberg, and joined for the second by Frankie John, who are in pursuit of He Can't Dance. As they head through their starting point, straightening for the flight, it'll be the final flight next time. He Can't Dance, Dr. Steinberg and Frankie John, the leading 3, as they've been from the start. And then Gisco de Brem, shading fourth from Humble Brag. Bit of a break to the last 3. Loire de Jeu, Listen to Me, Will Ya, and Mickey Hooley, finishing next time. As they come inside the halfway stage, another 6 flights to jump. He Can't Dance, Dr. Steinberg, and Frankie John, followed by Gisco de Brem, and then Humble Brag, as they turn away from the stands with 5 flights to jump. He Can't Dance, makes the bend, length in front of Dr. Steinberg in the stripes, then Frankie John, close up on their heels in third, and then Gisco de Brem, Humble Brag, Loire de Jeu, Listen to Me, Will Ya, and Mickey Hooley. Dr. Steinberg just jumped back into the lead of that flight from He Can't Dance. Within 2.5 lengths, Frankie John. In touch is Gisco de Brem. Over the next flight up the far side, a blunder from He Can't Dance. Dr. Steinberg now by 2.5 lengths to He Can't Dance, and Frankie John, Gisco de Brem. In touch is Humble Brag. Gone clear from the other 3. 6 furlongs to go. 3 flights to jump. It's Dr. Steinberg from He Can't Dance, followed by Frankie John, Gisco de Brem. Just pedal that and forward, and then Humble Brag. 5 furlongs to go. 2 flights to jump. The Glenlow Abbey Hotel and Estate maiden. Dr. Steinberg hasn't been out of the first 2 from the start, followed by He Can't Dance, then Frankie John. 4 to 5 lengths to Gisco de Brem, and then Humble Brag. Heading just outside the final 3 furlongs with 2 to jump. And it's the main players. Dr. Steinberg, He Can't Dance, and Frankie John, 5 in front of Gisco de Brem. Dr. Steinberg is starting to apply some bit of pressure now. Coming to the second last. Dr. Steinberg, Paul Townend over by 3 lengths to Frankie John. Stopping in third is He Can't Dance, running round the final turn. for the final flight, and it is Dr. Steinberg, the leader, from Frankie John, trying hard. Final flight, Dr. Steinberg up and over from Frankie John, gone a long way clear of Gisco de Brem, who's challenging. He can't dance for the third on the run in. It is Dr. Steinberg and Paul Townend up there in front throughout. Will take the Glenlow Abbey Hotel and Estate maiden hurdle. Frankie John second, great scrap going on for the third, one by He Can't Dance.
Dr. Steinberg, very impressive. No luck when he turned up at the Galway Festival earlier this summer in a bumper under a penalty, but he bolted up at Ballinroad prior to that.
That with his valuable £5 claim. Let's get up to Jerry.
Hallam Quinn BMW handicap hurdle. First to show in front is Warden's Whisper, followed by the top weight Red Glory. Third is Valsa Prace, and fourth is One Big Boom with 2 lengths towards the Charming, the Nagger Reedy. Far from fluent at that first flight, One Big Boom. As they turn now towards the far end of the back straight, Warden's Whisper leads by about a length to Red Glory as they make the downhill. On the inside is Valsa Prace with Kelly's Cosmos, the Nagger Reedy, also Charming. Good run of the second flight. Warden's Whisper is just leading Red Glory. Going third is Kelly's Cosmos from Valsa Prace, the Nagger Reedy, also Charming, One Big Boom. The grey is Brave Kroger, and looking on as Speak As You Find. Approaching the second flight before the straight, Warden's Whisper, Shane O'Callaghan, by a length to Red Glory, Paddy O'Brien. Regaining third, Valsa Prace, Hattie Sexton from Kelly's Cosmos, Danny Gilligan. Tracked in, first time the Nagger Reedy, now so Charming, One Big Boom, Brave Kroger, Speak As You Find. At the third, last flight in the circuit's time, it's Warden's Whisper, Red Glory, the leading pair, followed by Valsa Prace, Kelly's Cosmos, the Nagger Reedy with the noseband, hoop colours, and then Brave Kroger, so Charming, One Big Boom. And last of all is Speak As You Find. Heading on to the fourth flight, Warden's Whisper joined by Red Glory. Length back to in third, Valsa Prace, then Kelly's Cosmos, the Nagger Reedy. At this fourth flight, just outside halfway, and it's Warden's Whisper as of yet to be headed. From Red Glory, Valsa Prace, Kelly's Cosmos. The Nagger Reedy next on the outside of Osa Charming. Brave Kroger, One Big Boom, and Speak As You Find. There's been very little changes in the order as they head on inside the halfway stage. You know, the 5 flights to jump, the Hallam Quinn BMW handicap hurdle, it's Warden's Whisper. Red Glory separated by a length. Red Glory just fiddled that flight, and Valsa Prace. 3 to 4 lengths to Kelly's Cosmos as they leave the 7 pole behind them. The No So Charming, the Nagger Reedy, Brave Kroger, One Big Boom, and detached by a handful of lengths, Speak As You Find, returning to their point of departure. And more spaced out now. It's Warden's Whisper. Gone back into a 2.5 lead over Red Glory and Valsa Prace, then Kelly's Cosmos. The Nagger Reedy on the outside of Osa Charming. One Big Boom, Brave Kroger, and Speak As You Find. 5 furlongs out. 2 more flights to jump. Warden's Whisper, Red Glory, still in the first 2 positions as they've been from Flagfold and Valsa Prace and Kelly's Cosmos, edging a little bit closer than Nagger Reedy, and also Charming and One Big Boom, Brave Kroger, and Speak As You Find. Inside the last half mile, to the jump, Warden's Whisper, by a half to Red Glory, a length in front of Valsa Prace, coming right into it on the outside, the Nagger Reedy with Kelly's Cosmos, and then also Charming, One Big Boom, pushed along as Brave Kroger. And last of all is Speak As You Find. 2 out. Warden's Whisper made a mistake. That might have just hexed his chances. Valsa Prace on the outside of Red Glory. Pushed after them is the Nagger Reedy, and then comes Kelly's Cosmos. Round the bend for the final flight. Red Glory one off the rail. On the inside, Warden's Whisper. The Nagger Reedy on the outside, an awkward jump, but is coming at them. Less than 200 yards to go. Red Glory from the Nagger Reedy and Warden's Whisper. Moving on from Kelly's Cosmos, it's Red Glory from the Nagger Reedy on the stand side. They're going to the line. Head bobber! Red Glory, the Nagarady, Red Glory. With, in third place, Warden's Whisper, the long-time front runner. Take the judge to split them.
Yes, certainly will. Very tight. The Nagaridi near side, Red Glory far side.
This ITBA bonus race, 7.5 grand if one of them win this.
Off. They begin over 2 miles. The Galway plastic surgery 4-year-old filly's bumper. And it's Churchfield Annie, the early leader, from on the inside. Seda's Express. Going between them is Hunch Gelper, followed by House Ellie. Susie Longland is followed by Alliteration. In by the rail is Frontier Rose, and then Two and Tinner, and Louvre Dark. Making the descent, it is Churchfield Annie, the leader, by 2 lengths to Hunch Gelper. A break of at least 3 to Seda's Express, edging third from House Ellie, and in between horses is Alliteration. These are followed by Frontier Rose and Susie Longland. The last 2 are Louvre Dark and Two and Tinner. Tightening up a little bit, just over 1.5 miles to go from here. It is Churchfield Annie and Josh Halford, reeled in by Hunch Gelper, Adam Lord, and then Seda's Express, Hattie Sexton as they turn into the straight. Alliteration is next. Then House Ellie, Frontier Rose, and Susie Longland race together. And then Two and Tinner and Louvre Dark. On rising ground to the winning post the first time. In the lead is Churchfield Annie from Hunch Gelper. Staying to the far-running rail, Seda's Express, and then Alliteration. House Ellie, Frontier Rose, and Susie Longland, with the last 2, Two and Tinner and Louvre Dark. Continuing on towards the halfway stage, it's Churchfield Annie, still leading the field from Hunch Gelper. 2.5 lengths to Seda's Express, Alliteration, and then House Ellie. Frontier Rose is 3 behind, Susie Longland. Two and Tinner and Louvre Dark as they head on inside the halfway stage. The Galway plastic surgery 4-year-old filly's bumper. It is Churchfield Annie leading a stacking field now from Hunch Gelper, Seda's Express. Together next are Alliteration and House Ellie, followed by Frontier Rose, Susie Longland, Louvre Dark, and Two and Tinner. Continuing to tighten up. Just a little over 5 lengths covering the entire field. Churchfield Annie still to be headed. Upholds a lead of a length over Hunch Gelper, joined for second by Seda's Express, then House Ellie. And Alliteration is next. 5.5 furlongs to go. Heading to the top of the hill is Churchfield Annie from Hunch Gelper and Seda's Express, and then House Ellie, Alliteration. Louvre Dark round the outside and the red cap. To the inside, Two and Tinner, then Susie Longland and Frontier Rose shuffled back to last place. Heading down into the dip with less than 4 furlongs to go. Churchfield Annie by a little more than 1.5 lengths to House Ellie, who picks up the chase. Then Seda's Express. Closing from the back is Louvre Dark, and then Two and Tinner. Both ridden to try and stay with the leaders is Alliteration and Susie Longland. Breaking on from Frontier Rose. Stopping quickly is Hunch Gelper. Churchfield Annie from House Ellie, Alliteration goes between them. Round them is Louvre Dark, then Susie Longland and Two and Tinner. Seda's Express falls back. Racing to the final furlong and a half. House Ellie up the inside. On the stand side is Churchfield Annie. In between them, digging down deep is Alliteration. The 3 are in a line, then Susie Longland and Louvre Dark. Churchfield Annie on the outside is quite determined from Alliteration. House Ellie, Susie Longland and Louvre Dark. And up towards the finish, Alliteration has got up from Churchfield Annie and Susie Longland.
Cracking finish to our 8th and final race of the afternoon, and it's gone the way of Alliteration. Gets off the mark, of course, in the colours of William Flood, owner breeder William Flood, and from a good family, as I said, from the same family as Niche Market, Irish Grand National winner for Bob Buckler a few years ago, and gets up in the last dying strides to give Josh Williamson, I think, his 3rd winner of the week. He lost a £7 claim last week.